Gosh, that's incredible. I love that.
Yes.
That's the kind of stuff, you know, and it makes you also want to give back. You know, people give to you
100%. Yeah.
and you mentor and nurture, and I love that. You know, it's so funny because some things, just like the Chipotle and the Girl Scout thing, there's some instances or stories that just fall in your lap, and you just go, that's material, you know.
Yeah.
And that kind of, so I have to tell you my cute one.
Yes.
It was right. It was years ago, and I was speaking in Florida, and I agreed to speak to this little old church somewhere off of I-20. And I was so mad at myself. I thought, why did I do this? I was in the most wonderful venue ever.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I drove, you know, of course, flew back, drove to this little place, little cement block building. I walked in their tower. Everybody was 150 plus. I thought, what am I doing here? I just thought, and they were so sweet. Let me help you. And I thought, you will die if you lift that. If you lift that speaker, you're going to see Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah. Kept thinking because it looked like they're going to break.
Oh,
and
my
it,
word.
and it's interrupted me, ma'am, let me help you. And I thought, I gotta get an attitude check here. I was mad at myself eventually for not being as embracing as I could have been.
Yeah.
So honey, here we are at the head table. And I hate that head table because everybody's staring at you talking, you know. Got the little placemat, you know, little heart and all that. The guy taps his glass, the old gentleman, stands up and says, first of all, I want all the hoes to stand up. And every single woman stood and they clapped. And I'm going, I don't know where I am. And I was tired too.
Oh, my word.
Around, he said, now where's the head hoe? And this woman stood up and they all clapped for her. I'm thinking, this is beyond weird. And then all of a sudden the woman leans over and gets in my face and says, I was head hoe last year. Like it was some kind of badge. And I'm going, where? And all of a sudden I looked next to me and I said, the hose? He said, oh, it was a she. She said, yeah, honey, we just abbreviated it. We're the pantyhose circle.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that funny? That just fell in my lap. And of course, I wrote about that in one of my books.
Oh, you got to write about that immediately.
Isn't that just
you find that you do this? I add voice notes. Like if I think of something, I'm afraid to forget it. Like I'll grab my phone immediately and start recording, like just make notes for myself.
Oh yeah, because you will forget it.
You will 100% forget it. Something I'm trying to work on now. I noticed this the other day. I was watching television and closed captioning just came on without me asking it to.
Oh,
I was like, does my TV know how old I am? Like, why do they just think I automatically need closed captioning? So I was like, I gotta write something up about that. So I was like, got my phone, closed captioning, automatic on the television. Right about it. So funny. I love that, the hose. And so how do you get to be head hose?
Well, as if the person that was in charge of the banquet was the head hoe. I about died. I just kept looking around going, where? And then it was just, and then here I am mad at myself for being, I think these people have probably been planning this thing. They probably didn't have a whole big a budget. And I slashed mine just so I could go. And the whole time I'm thinking, I need an attitude check. These are nice elderly people. And now all of a sudden they became the hoes.
See,
and
you had look, and you got you a bit out of it. How about that?
Man, and that's gold.
Yeah.
And I'm working on something else, but I was in Salt Lake City and I had just talked about artificial intelligence. And I had all these people on Tara. That's an incredible tool. Yes. There's so many tools. It could be abused. I get all that. People get scared of it and all that. But I had it all on my mind. So I'm at the Farm Bureau convention talking to an old farmer. And I said, I'm surprised you don't have anything on AI in your program. He said, oh, we've done that so many times. We're sick of it. I went, seriously? Well, y'all on the cutting edge of all of this. He said, oh, yeah, honey, we are on the edge of AI. We are on the edge of it. And I said, well, I think it's incredible. I said, I think it's taken over. He said, no, I wouldn't say that. And I said, well, do you do chat? He said, to a cow? He was talking about artificial insemination.
Oh my goodness, that's right. He's a farmer. That makes sense.
Yeah. And so
funny.
It was too funny. And I thought, now that's a funny bit. But wrote it down and all that. I don't know when or where I'll use it. But see, this is where people like you and Jeannie, now she'll say, oh, you know what you can do with that? Pause right here. Because people don't realize how hard it is to create a bit.
Yeah.
They just don't.